you are clearly doing a good job with his technique. He is fast and smooth, is low to the ground. So good job there. And of course, there is a couple things that I think he can improve on. So if we look at the front of the circle at the release point, you can see the lean there and the slight pull away as he finishes. Still a fast throw, but of course, the longer that this right foot is on the ground, the more upright and stronger he is at the finish, then the more power he's going to get into it. So let's first though look at the things that are doing really good. The general turn out of the back is fine, and you can see that the energy pretty much moves forward into the circle, so that's good. Right foot lands fast. That left foot comes off fast. It's all very good. Right foot's facing this direction. That's very solid. And then the other thing that's good, you can see when this left foot makes contact, it lands pretty fast and it lands flat, which are key things. And so that speed of the left foot, the speed of the right foot landing, and the speed of the left foot landing in the front are his main attributes. I do think, though, if let's go back here, he does come a little bit short on this turn out of the back. And so what we want when we're on single support here in the back, and as this left foot comes around, to some degree, our body needs to be over top of this left foot, because when we pick up our right foot, so right here, when this comes up off the ground, we are going to move towards the direction of our center of gravity. So if your center of gravity is right here, so the second that your right foot comes off, you're going to start moving that way. So if you look here, although his foot turns pretty good, you can see that definitely energy moving towards the center. I think the reason he dives in is a little bit of this left hip breaking as the foot turns, and again at the same time this left arm is a little bit too far ahead. So what we want to do is we want that left elbow to be right over top of that left knee for a little bit longer, and then you can see that is already moving forward. So because this moves forward, the hip breaks a little, and then that inhibits us from shifting our weight any over the left. It's kind of like working the left a little bit longer out of the back, and you'll do that by keeping this hip strong, keeping that hips rolled underneath of him, and keeping this left arm in control. So again, speed's fine. Keep this elbow over the knee as this turns. That's going to help keep the weight over top of the left foot and to give you a little bit straighter energy into the ring. Now as we move forward and go into the middle of the circle, and this is related, so again that left arm is a little bit too far ahead. You'll see when his right foot lands in the middle, both arms are facing back. What we want is that left arm to be opposite from the discus. So if the discus is here, left arm should be somewhere over here. What happens then is this. So again, we want to get rid of any lean at the end. And so if there's lean in the middle, just so I'm going to call that this lean pulling away, that's going to happen in the front. You could call this an active left arm, kind of moving this way. I like the idea of an active left arm, but I feel like it's more of you're actively lengthening your shoulder in front of you. It's more of just being aware that you want your left arm opposite from your right arm, or your right arm opposite from your left arm. That's really the difference maker. And what that's going to do is that slows your upper body down to some degree and allows your feet to do the work. When we land and begin to pull with our left side, the right foot never really gets to do its full job. And so what we want to do is once this left makes contact, that right foot turn and work against the ground all the way till that discus leaves your hand. And I would say his right foot, let's see here, left foot lands. You notice how there's a couple frames where that right foot's not moving at all? So on these frames, when this isn't moving, that's when the upper body is taking over. So what we can do then is this right foot needs to be stronger. That ankle and knee and hip need to be super tight. This left arm needs to be actively in front of him. And if that happens, once this left makes contact, that this right continues to turn without hesitation. That's what's going to, and if you do that while keeping this left arm long, again, just left arm opposite from right arm, that's all we need, then that allows that right foot and gives it the time to work against the ground. Because if you see here at release, it's kind of got a push, but not really. It's more of pushing yourself over to the left. And then you can see at release, or before release, right comes off the ground. So that's kind of the proof that we're no longer using this right side and you're simply just using your speed. So I think your greatest distance will come from utilizing your right leg. So you capture all of this speed, all of that fast left foot with the work of the right leg, and then you're going to move up in a level. You're going to move a whole level up and start dropping some bigger throws. Again, you can use your right leg when your left is when your right is strong and when your left is under control. When that left is actively in front of you, opposite from the discus, then you can do that. So again, doing a fantastic job. Very, very good. And I will see you in the next video.